begin recording. You guys, I am just so excited for this. I absolutely love my girl Crystal, and I just cannot wait to hear all of her tips tonight. Absolutely one of my most favorite human beings. And I'm just excited. So I want you guys to drop a 1 in the chat if you're a newbie, maybe you're new here, don't really know what you're doing yet, but you're just excited. I want you guys to drop a 2 if you're like semi-new, you kind of got it under control. And I want you to drop a 3 if you're an OG, which basically just means you've been here for a little bit. So I'm gonna drop a 3 for myself. Okay, I'm so excited to do this tonight. Crystal, you should be able to unmute yourself, but first I just kind of want you to share a little bit about your story, and then I'm gonna jump in and share a little bit of mine just because I know your team's on here as well. And then we're just gonna go from there.
Okay, awesome. I was like, is it going to let me unmute myself? Because I am not tech savvy, babes. Okay. So just know you don't have to have it all together to be successful here. First of all, you guys, I am so pumped. I am seriously so excited. I have never been more excited to collaborate with another leader, because like, this is my girl right here. So you guys, I am so freaking pumped. I saw some of you that were dropping 1, some of you that are new to this business, which is so exciting. Congratulations. You joined one of the best teams in the company, you guys. And literally this company I've been with in March 20th is when I joined in 2019. So this will be my 2 years. And literally over the last 2 years, you guys, I can't tell you all the ways that it's changed my life. Like right now, even though my hands are sweating and I'm like breathing like crazy, I'm like, God, I hope I'm not wheezing. I'm so nervous. I literally told Shy right before this, even though I talk to her every day, I was like, I am so nervous. And it's just like something that you guys, I have like flexed this muscle over the last 2 years and forced myself out of my comfort zone, made myself go live, made myself talk on my story. And I've realized more and more through that, the more I'm myself and the more I'm goofy like this and share with you guys when I'm feeling vulnerable, the more you feel connected to me. So that's why I think what we get to do as influencers is truly cool, because you know, we get to choose. You know, there are a lot of people out there that are putting things on social media, you know, whether it be funny, whether it be whatever, some of it's political. Let's not get started there because I'm not the girl for that. But you guys, you know, we get to choose to be a light. We get to choose to put positive things on our feed and welcome people to an opportunity that is wrapped in faith and positivity and community. And it's really just a beautiful gift. So I'm so excited for you, for those of you that are brand new, like you just got your hands on something amazing. And those of you that are OGs like me, I am so pumped to talk to you guys tonight, because I have recently taken a shift in my business, and it was after a valley that I went through in life and then in my business. So I'm really pumped to share with you guys like some of the things that I've learned. But basically my journey in this business was I found somebody who was actually a friend of mine. You guys hear me swallowing so hard? That's how nervous I am. I found a friend who actually dated a cousin of mine, you guys. So it was somebody who was like a long connection, okay? And she was posting about this business and how like she was changing her life with it, paying off debt, bought a new vehicle, quit her full-time job as a dental assistant. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like she was making, compared to what I was making working at a restaurant, I'm like, homegirl is stacked. Like, what is she quitting her job for? What is this magic? So I was just watching her, but you guys, I didn't want to reach out because I was like, you know, we're all like FBI agents. We're all just kind of secretly stalking, you know, I didn't want to peek over the bushes. I was just hiding behind it. You know what I'm saying? So when she kind of finally reached out to me in my DMs and she was like, girl, you know, would you be interested in trying some all natural health and wellness products? It was a loyal customer reach out. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. My son is 6 months old. I'm suffering from postpartum anxiety and depression, like nobody's business, like couldn't even leave my house type of stuff, you guys. And so to be able to work from home, from my couch, she said I could work from my couch. Okay. So I was like, let me know about the money. So she was like, oh my God, it's a perfect time to join. There's bonuses going on, all these things. And I was like, okay. And I was just so excited, but I literally didn't have a brain cell for this business, you guys. Before I did this, I worked in retail. Okay. So I worked for, you guys are probably going to laugh at how I say this because everyone calls it Aeropostale. It's called Aeropostale. It's a French company. And I worked for their clothing company for years. Okay. And so I sold t-shirts to people. Okay. I sold like t-shirts and, you know, whatever you need. You want some jeans for the low? I got you. Okay. But I wasn't used to being an influencer I never posted about it on Facebook. Okay. People came to me. I was a destination person. So this was completely outside of my comfort zone. And, other than that, I had been a restaurant manager. Okay. The restaurant was Burger King, just so if we're name dropping. So it wasn't even like a fancy restaurant, y'all. Okay. We're not talking about Roost Chris, baby. We're talking about Burger King. Okay. And I was a breakfast manager. So before I did this, I had no prior experience. Okay. So those people that think you have to get started and you have to have a college degree in social media marketing, my friend, no. You could have been Crystal as a cashier at Burger King, and all of a sudden you're a double diamonds. Okay. It's fine. But what I took a while to really take off in this business, you guys. And it was just wild because when I joined, I was like excited. I went to a local event. I'm like, oh my God, you don't have to be a specific type of person to do this. You can literally be anybody. And I was so excited because I'm like, that counts me in immediately. That counts me in. As long as I don't count myself out, you know what I mean? So I really love that aspect of it. But at the time, my fiance was making great money and I didn't necessarily need an income. More than anything, y'all, I just needed you guys. I needed friends. I needed people to talk to. I needed someone to be like, girl, that lipstick is popping. Just somebody to hype me up. Okay. Because like I said, stay at home mom. So I was literally just at home, just bored out of my dang mind talking to a kid who babbles all day and spills baby powder. Okay. So I was really looking for something to do, and that kind of kept me hanging on to the business, even though I myself didn't take off right away. And that was simply because, at that time, my leader wasn't running in the direction with like casting vision and all of those things. So for me, it was kind of just like, oh, cool, this is what we're doing. Oh, cool, these products are great, type of thing. And I had already tried the wrap before, you guys. So I believed in the product already because I wore that thing for 45 minutes at a little margarita party when I was 19. I said 19 because that's what got me there was the margaritas, friends. Okay. It wasn't the wrap. Okay. I was 19. So I was like, yeah, sure, it'll make me skinnier. I was like one of those people who didn't believe it, till I see it. So I was like, oh, you mean I can go and have margaritas? I'm in. So I went and tried the wrap and ended up loving it. So that's another thing too, that's a piece I forgot to tell you guys. It's like, I kind of already knew that the product was great. So anyways, fast forward, I joined the business. I decided to kind of coast and love on my girl gang and hang out with you guys for a few months. And then we found out that we were pregnant with our daughter, with our second child. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. We had a boy, now we're going to have a girl. I have this awesome business. Things are, looking up, going great. And I kind of just coasted. I posted about my pregnancy through the business. It was nice to have people to support me through it. And at the time, I didn't like need the money. And then you guys, it was like 9 months fast forward, 2 weeks before we had our daughter, I went to an appointment and found out at that appointment that we lost her. So that was like earth shattering. For those of you that don't know my story, it was the most devastating day of my life. It always will be. That was just like wild to me because if I hadn't had this business and I hadn't been encouraged months before that to grow my faith, I'm not sure that I would have gotten through that experience the same way that I did. But you guys, the first people that I reached out to were my girl gang, were the community of people that we have our fingertips on, just because God is always in this business and these people are always going to have your back no matter what you could ever go through. Somebody here has gone through it, or they know somebody who has, and they're going to lead you somewhere to walk through it. You guys, so I really want to encourage you that if you're here right now and you're just like, oh, I don't need the money, I just kind of joined because it was $20 or whatever your belief is at this point in time, just know that when I joined, I didn't need it yet. But when that moment came, God had already given me something to walk me through something I didn't know was going to happen in my life. So even though this may not be something that you need right now, you may need it in the future, or you could very well be the vehicle that is going to hire somebody else on that is going to go through something and they're going to need this business and the God that is in this business. So my friends, in a nutshell, like I really couldn't have gotten through a lot of the last few years of my life without this business. And after us going through that as a family, I was able to take time off of work and not have to get reprimanded from my boss. Wasn't nobody at work throwing me shade when I got back, making me feel bad because I wasn't there. I was able to still make money. I could post from my bed on days I didn't want to get out of bed. all of those things. And you guys, I don't think anybody can put a value on that to me. That is priceless, because I was with my son, I was with my family. It was a time where I just needed to be with the Lord, and I could still make money for my family. The best feeling in the world. And so you guys, that's what really, after that, when everybody just banded together to help me get to my first promotion, that same month that we lost our daughter was when I went Ruby for the first, that's when I went Ruby, the first time I promoted in our company. And that's amazing to me, because some people would have said, you know what, I've had enough. I'm not pushing for nothing. This month I'm done. I'm down. I'm out. I've had enough this month. But you know what? I decided that this business had my back, and I needed it. I needed it, one, as a vehicle to give me something to be happy about and excited about for next. And I also needed it because, you guys, I felt like at that moment I had been in the business for 9 months at that time. And I just felt like I can't take another dang month of my E-suite saying executive. I've had it. Like, I have gone through the most over the last couple months, and I just can't handle another month of executive. Okay. So I decided to band together with my team, and I was like, you know what, guys, now or never, we're doing this. And we promoted. And you guys, that was in a season where it felt like I didn't want to work. So on days where you're feeling like I don't want to work, trust me, I've been there and I feel that. But it doesn't mean you can't still accomplish great things just because you're going through a valley in your life or a valley in your business. You know, maybe this is metaphorical to you in a different way. Maybe you've been going through a little slump where you haven't been enrolling, or some people left your team that were good leaders, or, you know, insert problem here, because we all got them. You guys, you could just as easily decide to lay down and die and let it and be gone with it. Or you can decide to buck up and say, you know what, there are better days ahead. And if the devil's coming for me this dang hard, there must be a hell of a blessing coming for me. There must be something so dang good coming for me that he wants me to give up. He wants me to stop. He wants me to quit. And you know what? I'm not going to be that person, because, you know, if you look back, you guys, and you think about the worst days that you've had, you know, days where you don't want to post, what have you, you think about the worst day you freaking had, you got through it, right? You have survived 100% of the bad days you have ever had, of your worst days. You've survived every one of them. So chances are God got you, baby, and you're going to survive the next one too. So even if tomorrow has something waiting for you unexpected, you guys, you're going to be just fine. And I want you to really realize what you have your hands on, and that you can always lean into this business at any stage that you're in, whether it be something like that happened to you with life. Maybe you lost somebody you love, whether it be something with your business. Maybe your best friend just said something to you sideways and you just ain't having a good day. Okay. If those kind of things happen, you know, but don't let how you're feeling dictate how you're going to run your business, you guys, because that was the worst thing that I've ever done for myself. And, you know, I'm going on. Shy's like, girl, you can chat, right? And not even have a drink too. You see this, girl? You see this? Okay, that's why I'm going to be an expert at what I do. But you guys, you know, it's one of those things where you get to choose, you know. And I know that there are a lot of us who feel like we don't know what to do, or we don't know where to go next, or we don't know what muscle to grow, or whatever it is. But you guys, I promise you that whatever it is that's bugging you, whatever it is that's ailing you, there is a resource for it. There is something you can do to learn or to grow yourself. Like me personally, I struggle with my own self-image, like, which would be crazy to some of you. You'd be like, what does she even mean? Because she goes live all the time, or this or this. Girl, I almost throw up after I'm done. Like I have had lives where afterwards I had to lay on the ground and breathe and Crystal, you're fine. You can breathe. Like, I've literally had to do that, you guys, but you wouldn't know, because I just make myself do it anyways. And I keep telling myself, I'm like, I'm going to be the most amazing speaker. I'm going to motivate thousands of people. I have somewhere on a Post-it, it says, you could lead an entire nation. And I keep telling myself that. And I keep telling myself that there's value in what I have to say, because no one's ever lived my life. No one's ever lived your life. So whether or not you think that, you know, Shy is incredible, which she is, or Kayla Sims is incredible, which she is, or Mariah Carter's amazing, which she is, you guys, you're special. You are very special. And what you have to bring to the table is so different. And that's why it's so important to use your own freaking voice. And I forgot that for so long in this business, because I joined one of the youngest teams in the company as one of the one of the oldest girls in the company. Okay. I'll be 32 this year. And I'm not the youngest of my friends. Okay. And I'm not one of the oldest. That's a joke. But the point is I didn't typically join a team of people that were around the same age group as me. So I felt set back. I didn't know as much about social media as they did. I wasn't like young and in college and like had these fun things going on. I'm like, oh man, my kid just pooped and took his diaper off and ran. And like, what am I going to do? Like, that's not cool. No one's going to love me. But you guys, the truth is some of you relate to that. And even those of you who don't, those of you who aren't moms, you're like, oh man, woo, either that's why I'm not having kids or my sister's got to deal with that. And it's a struggle. That's why I sugar them kids up and give them to her, so you guys, you don't, and that's another thing too, is like, I used to really, really hold myself to this different level of like, this is who I am. And I put myself in this box. And that's something I wanted to talk to you guys about too in my whole ramble stage here. Shy, stop me whenever.
I'm just listening. Okay. I'm just soaking this all in. I'm just like, okay, let's go.
Right. I'm like, I got a message, people. It's a blessage today. Okay. Jesus put this on my heart. I actually prayed with Shy through a voice clip about this before I started. But you guys, don't put yourself in a box in this business. It was something that I did for a long time. And honestly, it was like the worst thing because I cut out what makes me special. Like I thought, oh, I'm a little bit older than these people, so I can't sign people who are college students. I just signed this incredible girl named Essence, who is thebomb.com. She's a gorgeous young college student. I thought I doubted myself. I put myself in a box. I didn't believe that I could do something like that. And I kept speaking over myself. No, that's not true. I'm going to find all the people that deserve this opportunity. God's going to send me the people that need this. Boom. Like you guys, if you're speaking life over your business instead of death, it will change everything for you. Like I've even been pushing back on some of our leaders, like even Shay, when she said something earlier about your girl's not, organization savvy. And I'm like, yes, you are. That was the old you. That was the old you. You guys, we have a choice every day to be the version of the person we want to be. Okay. Like I'm done being the girl who's like, oh, my stomach doesn't look like I want it to, but did you go to the gym? Or did you do the at-home workout? Did you also eat the McDonald's? Okay, I'll quit there because yes, I did. But you guys, it's one of those things where it's like, you choose what you discipline yourself with. And, I think some of us, like, we don't treat ourselves like we treat other people in our lives, especially if you're a mom. Like some of you that are like, oh, I can't get to this next promotion, or I've been in the company for, blank amount of months and I can't get to Ruby, or I can't get to Diamond. And oh, I'm so broken over it. What if your child came to you and said that to you? Like, what if the person you love most, what if your sister or your cousin or your aunt that you believe in the most, or your best friend or your boyfriend or girlfriend was like, I just don't believe in myself. I just don't think I can. Literally, it would break your heart. You'd be like, are you kidding me? Like, you can do anything. Just put in the effort. Just put in the effort. You got this. We'll work together. That's how God feels about you. That's how God feels about you. And I want you guys to know too, like I've been somebody who, when I first joined this business, like it was hard for me to understand the faith of it. I didn't pray. I didn't, worship. I didn't watch church on Sunday with my family. There's so many things I didn't do. I didn't grow my faith in any way. And when I first joined this business, I didn't have a brain cell for it. But you guys, it is my saving grace. It is my saving grace. It saves me from myself so many dang days. And like, I'm one of those people who I was like, I used to be like, don't come at me with that, girl, whatever. I'm fine. I don't need Jesus. Whew, I was in the worst denial. That's why I'm not the person who is necessarily like pushy about my faith, because I believe that the most beautiful faith, you guys, is people that are truly walking in that. And they're so happy that other people just want to know how do I get there? How do I become part of that? How do I get closer to him? How did you do it? Like, that's how it happened for me. When I first started this company, yes, they gravitate toward it. It's like a moth to a flame, baby. And like, when I first joined this business, that's how Shay was. And Shy too, were growing their faith. Danny also, like, I know so many of you guys, like I could sit here and name off so many of you guys that I know have grown your faith so much with this business. And like, it's incredible the way I've watched it change these people as a person, you know, like for me, it changed me as a mom, as a fiance, as a friend. Like you guys, I want so much better for people than I ever have since I've been part of this business. I used to be the mean girl, you can't sit with us girl, okay? The ugly, ew, why is she even like that, okay? And now I'm the girl who's like, what do you mean they had you sitting by yourself, baby? You're that much better than them. Well, I'm gonna sit with you. Okay, you're elite. You're elite. They can't sit with you, baby. Hello, what? Was that us becoming best friends? That's the kind of girl I am now, you guys, and that's because I'm happy. I feel fulfilled. I'm doing something I'm passionate about, and this business gave me that. And it also gave me not just that, but a vehicle to make thousands of dollars a month for my dang cell phone, which I was scrolling on, just being hateful anyway. I was like, she's so happy. Oh, well, it must be nice to have a vacation. Oh, you got a raise. Oh, you got a raise. That used to be me, you guys. Like I was literally that bitter. It was gross, like gross. And now I'm the person who I see somebody who's like, I just signed up for school and I can't wait to get this degree. I'm like, heck yes, you're going to get that, girl. You are the bomb. So proud of you for elevating your life. And I genuinely mean it. It ain't no front. I mean it. Because I hope to God that every time I'm reaching for a goal that I'm passionate about, everyone else thinks the same thing. Hell yes, girl, you're going to get that. You are amazing. Nothing can stop you. If you want other people to be that girl for you, you got to be that girl for them. Period. So I've been that person lately, and I've realized that I'm happier. Like I'm able to see the positivity and things that I couldn't before, you guys. And I'm so much more grateful of a person than I've ever been. And I want you guys to, like, those of you who, like what I was saying earlier, you wouldn't tell your family members or your loved ones the same things that you tell yourself internally, that little voice in your head that, like, I nicknamed mine Jessica because she's a, like, that's just what I named her. And I was like, it was a girl that was mean to me in high school, if anyone's curious. Okay, Jessica was mean. And I was like, mm-mm. Mm-mm. So that's what my mean voice is named, Jessica. Okay. And so when I get up and I look in the mirror and Jessica's like, girl, that's not for you. I'm like, this conversation ain't for you, Jessica. We're going to need you to have several seats, Jessica. And that's how you guys got to be with that. Be aggressive with changing your thought process. Be aggressive with knowing that you're worthy and you're better and you deserve the greatest things that this business has to offer you. You wouldn't be here if God didn't have this platform here for you for a reason. Not Caitlin. I'm crying. But you guys, like, some of us are ruthless with the way that we'll protect other people. Like, think about it. Like, if somebody was to say something sideways about your sister or your best friend, you would come out swinging. You're like, no. Or your kid, you would defend them at all costs. Defend yourself at all costs, even with yourself. Be disciplined. If you know that immediate gratification is going to be great, that's great. And if that's what you're willing to settle for, that's fine. But that long-term gratification, my friends, that's another ballgame. That's a different story. So you guys, if you're the kind of person who's wanting those big, audacious things for yourself, you're going to have to commit. You're going to have to commit and you're going to have to be consistent. And I say that with the love in my heart because I was somebody who wasn't. I was committed. I would commit at different points in time, okay? I'd commit on the first. Woo, we're feeling good. I committed on the first. Marking out something good. Ooh, I am committed, baby. Yes, bonuses. Get me in a couple weeks, and then we're feeling like maybe we're in, we're out, we're in, we're out. 25th hits. Oh, my Lanta. You guys, there are several points in the month where you'll want to jump in. But I promise you that if you're consistent on the first, second, third, all the way through the end of the month, you will be a hell of a lot less burnt out, and you will be so thankful that you were consistent all month long. I'm so glad that I stopped recommitting. I put that on a post-it, stop recommitting, because I was doing that every few days. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym today. Not go today. Let myself down. Feed that voice in my head that says I can't. You guys, that's the last thing I want you to do for yourselves. Like, literally the last thing I want you to do for yourselves. You need to be affirming the parts of you that know you're great. Think about when you were young and you were like, I just want to do this because I'm passionate about it, or I'm good at it, or I just want to learn this. Do you know that if you spend an hour a day focusing on one thing, you grow yourself in something 1 hour a day. In 5 years, you'll be an expert in that field. 5 years, 1 hour a day, 60 minutes. You guys, that's no time. So if you want to learn another language, if you want to build your business, if you want to grow your network, if you want to get good at doing hair, because I can't braid at the top, I can only braid at the bottom. Let's be vulnerable here. If you want to do something extra that you've been wanting to do, you have the time, baby. You have the same 24 hours in a day that Cami Pentecost has, that Kayla Sims has, that Cheyenne Nickerson has, that Shay Knox has, okay, that Sherry Alcala has. You guys have the same 24 hours. You're just using it different. You're prioritizing things different. And this is all coming from my heart, you guys, because I was too. I was, oh, after I get James down for a nap and then this and then that, then I'll get to my 6 list. Kept pushing Crystal back, forgetting that because Crystal does her work, she has time to be home with James for his nap. She has time to give James his bath. She has time to go outside with James for this. If we prioritize the things that matter, you guys, it will pay off so much more than you think it will. And it's just that self-discipline. And you guys really, I was watching this motivational video that Will Smith was in, and he was talking about how people get this bad vibe from the word discipline, right? We all think discipline means work. Like discipline sounds bad, right? If that's either an ass whooping or it's going to be painful, like you got to go to the gym and it's going to hurt, okay? Nobody likes discipline. But self-discipline is self-love, okay? If you love yourself enough to not eat that thing that's gonna make you feel bad later. When you're like, oh yeah, that McDonald's chicken nuggets tasted good, but man, now my stomach kind of hurt and I'm not getting really good toward my goals I wanted. That's discipline. When you wanna go and talk to that group of people because you wanna impress them or whatever, but every time you leave, they have drained you, they make you feel bad, they don't support your goals. You could have disciplined yourself and said, not for me today. I'm gonna go over here with these people that elevate me, make me feel good. That's discipline too. If you choose to spend an hour on Netflix watching some show that you just love the main character, she's just gorgeous, you love her life, she building her business, ooh, she the bomb.com. But did you spend that hour on your business to build your business and be a boss ass bitch like her? Did you? Excuse my French, but you guys, like, that's the thing. I've been giving myself tough love because it's like, I'm sitting here wanting to be the one who whines and complains about all these things I'm not getting, but you can't cheat the hustle, baby. You can't cheat the hustle. The hustle knows how much work you're putting in. It is not going to give you a result that you are not putting in the work for. So that's why I had to hit myself hard with that. I was like, Crystal, why are you complaining you're not triple yet? Are you walking, talking, and breathing like a triple diamond? No. You ain't disciplined. You ain't getting up on them early work Zooms, girl. You are sleeping till 9, 10. What are you doing? So I started getting up earlier. I started going to the gym. I started knocking out my 6 list early in the morning at times where my family was asleep or busy so that I could get that stuff done for me, you guys, so that it was done. And then for the rest of the day, when little obstacles, little hurdles come in my way, I'm just leap over those bad boys and keep rolling. But it takes getting that discipline and that stuff done for yourself. And better believe, like, if I don't do it in the morning, I wasn't disciplined today. Okay, today's a day I didn't get up early. But I got ready 30 minutes before this Zoom because your girl's staying up doing TikToks. I'm doing a bunch of TikToks, taking some photos, and I'm making some things happen. So prepare to see me in this outfit on TikTok, my friends. But, I'm disciplining myself. I am disciplining myself. And I'm not letting my head hit the pillow until the things I said I was going to get done today are done. Because Crystal tomorrow is going to be so thankful that Crystal today is a little tired. She'll be like, you know what, girl? Yeah, you went to sleep and you was exhausted, but you got them TikToks up. You got them pictures taken. You felt good. You did that team Zoom. You showed up. You showed out. That's what matters, you guys. And every time that I do that I discipline myself, it reaffirms that piece of me that's like, yes, you can. And it drowns out that voice that's like, no, you can't. Because there's no way to doubt yourself if you're committed and you're proving to yourself that you can. The only reason your mind is ever going to doubt that you're going to snooze through your alarm clock tomorrow is because you have. But if you get up tomorrow and you don't snooze through that alarm clock, your mind ain't going to know what to do. And you're going to start resetting your thought process to being able to do that for the future. So that's something that really has stuck with me lately, you guys. And if you guys are leaders on here, I really want you to think about how you're speaking over your business and how you're speaking over your team also, because what you believe you can do is what they believe they can do. And that's something that I lost sight of for a little while with my team. And some of my team is on here, so they know what I'm talking about. When I went through that hard season in my life, I slowed down after I was like back to back promoting. I slowed down and life hit me. And I was like, I don't even know what to do, where to go, what is life? What is, how did I breathe a second ago? You know, you guys, it gets like that. And I know that life can get hard, but during that season, the one mistake that I made was not reaching out. When I was drowning by myself, I mean, most people would call for a lifeguard, right? Common sense says alert those people, right? But I didn't. I just sat there in my own pity and just was like, when is it going to get better? Waiting for my fairy godmother, my friends. And the moment that I changed that for myself and I said, you know what, I need to make a change. And I reached out to Shy and I reached out to other leaders and I said, this is what I'm experiencing. How do I change the game for myself? And Shy was like, start writing out what you're doing every day on a Post-it. Literally write down exactly what you're doing, every single task you're doing. And like at the end of the day, see what you're putting in. And if we're being honest with each other, what I was putting in was not what I thought. It was like nothing. I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, oh, what? That's how many messages I be getting now? I wonder why I'm not enrolling. If one of my team came to me and was like, yeah, girl, I got up this many messages, I'd be like, oh, well, that's why you're not enrolling. So why do I think I can do that? Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, and this business is so freaking simple. Like, the few things that we have to do, like literally, if you're just doing your host to post right, you can knock out like 4 of the 6 tasks on your 6 list with just host to post. You can add new friends with host to post. You can get customers and, you know, message and follow up, like so many things, my friends. But you know, in a nutshell, what I really wanted to bring to you guys tonight that I prayed on was just that I could reach to some of you who have lately been feeling like in a rut in their business, like I was feeling over the last few months. And when I really changed that for myself and I started to really dig into like developing myself and believing and speaking life over myself and over my business, it changed everything for me. And you guys, there was a while where I was not enrolling a single thing. And I'm talking for like a good 3 months. Okay, that's a long time in our business. That's a whole 90 days. And we all know that our business rides on 90 days. But I took that back seat. And, you know, I definitely saw that difference in my paycheck. But you know what broke my heart even more is that my team probably saw a big difference in theirs because I slowed down. I put a cap on them. So even if you guys are brand new and you don't have people on your team yet, run your ass off because I promise you that whoever joins you next is going to join with that expectation. Those people are going to know, oh, you know what? I ain't afraid to throw up a post. Nope. Janisha throws up her post every day. She's always on her story. I ain't afraid. I got this. Oh, Mariah goes live. She makes her coffee. Why would I think that's weird? No, I see Mercedes post every single day. That's not different. You set the expectation and the pace for your future team as well. So the one time that you don't post, you guys, the one time you're not putting things on your story, you could be missing your next Cheyenne Nicholson, who's about to go dang presidential any freaking minute. And you guys, like, that's what you're missing. That's what you could be missing. You could be missing those people. And you could be missing, like I said, the people who need this opportunity that don't even know it. And I have people that have joined my team that I didn't know it, but they were the vehicle for somebody else who needed this even more that joined them. And I'm sure that if you've been in this business long enough, you've seen that happen. You know, I am not directly under any of the leaders that you guys know. My leader, left the business like, I think a year into my business. So you guys, I could have just as easily slowed down, but you know why I didn't? Because Jade Hooper, who is at the freaking tippy top of our company and has been for several years, had 0 uplines. She taught herself this business because she used her resources. She used her team page, her e-suite, her, you know, whatever she could get her hands on to learn this business. You guys, you could learn so much just from going on your own website and reading about the product. And if you don't have the product in your hands, let's say you just started and you can't afford to have the product in your hands, the confidence is in knowing, okay? Like I used to when I worked in retail, I also worked for Bath and Body Works. Fun fact, since we're talking about my life here, ladies. I worked for Bath and Body Works for 8 years. And the biggest thing when I first joined there, I was scared because I was made fun of like my whole life. I was very poor, so I was very unpopular. And I was like, what if some of the kids from high school that knew I was like the poor kid come in here and they make fun of me? So I was terrified when I worked that job, you guys. But then I just started to learn. Like I was like, I'm going to read the back of this bottle and I'm going to learn every dang thing about this fragrance. And I can probably still tell you some of the notes and some of their top fragrances at Bath and Body Works to this day, because there's power in knowledge, you guys. And that made me confident. Because yeah, I can't tell you that I've bought 70 bottles of this because I'm poor, but I can tell you what the hell's in it and why you'll like it. And, that made me confident. So you guys, whatever that takes, if it takes you guys just figuring out a little bit about the product and that's what you need to feel confident in your business, figure out what that is and grow that part of yourself so that you don't fear it. The only reason you fear it is because it's unknown, but that doesn't mean that there isn't ways that you can access that knowledge and have that in your back pocket. You know what I mean? Like there are several of our products that I haven't tried, but I'm so confident in because I know what's in it and I have results pictures from other people who've tried it. So you guys, like this business can be so simple. Like don't overcomplicate it and don't fear it. And, just really embrace the different resources that you guys have, the uplines that you have, because you have a heck of an upline. I don't know exactly who your direct uplines are, but I know Cheyenne is one of your uplines. And I know that she would be willing to help you go anytime you're willing to run. And, that's another thing I really want to touch on too, because I was someone who struggled for a while with not having direction with an upline. You guys, we have so many resources on this freaking team, like so many incredible leaders and so many resources. And I want you guys to really utilize that. Get on the team trainings that they post, even if you don't feel like it, because I promise you, you will always take something from it. Do your best to show your face, be on there and be intentional. Have a little notepad with you that you can write notes on, because the more that you write down, the more you take the things in, the more you're going to retain them. And really that's all this business is about. Just taking things in. That's it, you guys. But I want you guys to know that like it's important, so important to start from a place of belief, because the second that you tell yourself that you can't, like you won't. Think about it. Like if you're getting ready to go to the freaking gym and you're like, I just don't want to, like, no, this sounds bad. You're probably going to not go there. Or if you do go there, you're not going to spend a lot of time there. If you go there with the intent that, you know what, this might be a little painful. I might struggle a little bit, which that's the process. But the end goal is what I'm falling in love with. I'm falling in love with the fact that at the end, I'll get a result from it, because no one wants to do a bunch of squats, but everybody wants that cake. Okay. So you guys, like we're all willing to discipline ourselves in certain places of our life. Make your business that important. Make your business that important, because I promise you, I'm done with Danny. I literally asked her at retreat, how are you doing that? But you guys, like it's literally so important for you guys to have that discipline for yourselves. It's self-love. And I want you to know that, like, if any of you, like, I believe in your team so much. I watch you guys all the time. And because I just like, I'm obsessed with Cheyenne. I watch everything she does. But you guys, I know that your team is incredible. And like for my team that's on here, like they already know, like, I think they walk on water. You guys can literally do anything. You just have to be willing to discipline yourself to get it done and put yourself first. And I promise you that putting things off for a couple minutes, like, you want to go outside and run with the kids for a second, that's fine. Get out 20 messages for host to post on each network, post all your a thing to your story, do the bare minimum for 30 minutes, go outside with your kids for an hour. Set that intentional time, put your phone down, go do that. Or if you're someone who's a college student, set that time, do that intentional work, then go do some homework. Or, whatever that is. Find ways to reward yourself, you guys, because it really, really, really does pay off, especially in this business. And you're somewhere where there's a residual income. And I want you guys to know, like, how special that is, especially if you're young. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. I'm 30. I'll be 32 this year. Didn't even know that was an option. So you guys really, like, take advantage of what you have your hands on and really reach out to your leaders, because I know that, like, Cheyenne would be willing to do anything for any of y'all. So make sure you utilize her, because if that was my leader, I'd be blowing her up. I mean, I do blow her up anyway. But
you guys, that was amazing. I wanted to like say, like, I should have gone first, but not because you shared a lot. And it's not that, because that was so good. I can't talk that. What do you mean I'm supposed to talk? What? And I was thinking, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say, because that was really freaking good. Like, oh my gosh, just everything you said, I was just like, yes. Oh my gosh, like it was just so perfect. But okay, gosh, I literally was like taking notes and like things that I wanted to share too. Like that was literally so good. Thank you so freaking much. But one thing, yes, Ellie, exactly. There was one aha moment after another that was so good. But one thing I did want to say was I appreciate you guys so much that are down here hyping up this chat, because I know it makes Crystal's heart feel good, and I know it's gonna make mine feel good too. I just love all of these hype girls so much. But I just also love that you guys are being like engaged too. Like I have like at the top it has like people with their cameras on. I'm like, yay, just love seeing your faces. But anyways, for the girls that are not on my team, or if you don't know kind of a little bit about my story. Oh, thank you, Jackie. My mom actually wanted to be a comedian, and I think it came out in me, but I don't think I'm that funny. So I'm not like trying to be like, oh, I'm hilarious, but like I make myself laugh if it's the only thing that matters. So it's fine. But anyway, if you guys don't know me, hello, my name is Cheyenne. And what I thought was so funny was I didn't write down whose name it was, but someone earlier in the chat, I almost said this morning, what? Earlier in the chat on this said, like, I'm super shy. And I wanted to say, like, hello, same, okay? Like, I know, like, right now it doesn't look like that, but like, y'all are my people, so y'all get the real me. But like, I am as introverted as they come. Like, went to Topgolf today with my boyfriend and his little brother, had anxiety on the way there about being in front of people. Like, that's the kind of introvert I am. Don't like people, don't like social situations. I can't talk. It's just, yeah. But when it comes to this business, like Danny just said it in the chat, this business made me an extrovert. I'm an extrovert when it comes to this business only. Like, I love everything about this and I'm so passionate about it, and I just get like super ramped up and excited. But yeah, so if you don't know me, hello. I'm gonna stutter and I'm gonna play with my hair and my cheeks are gonna get red. So I'm just calling it out so you guys can't say anything. So but I joined this business I think it's almost been 3.5 years. It was October of 2017. I was 18 when I found out about the business, but 19 whenever I joined. I just truly think I'm trying to be Cheyenne Knox, because I'm like, oh, I joined in high school, oh my gosh. But no, I didn't, sadly. But I joined, it was 10 days after my 19th birthday. I was working 3 jobs. I was a full-time restaurant manager, and I had 2 other part-time jobs, and I was also taking 18 credit hours in college. So for any of my college babes, I want you guys to drop a 1, because I feel it. Or if you've been in college, I dropped out, so I don't know if I still qualify for that, but it's fine. But basically, I just was broke and I had no time, and I was Danny, soon to be one again. I'm so proud of you though. Even though you're going to school, it's for God, and I just love you so much for that. But I go on a whole tangent about just God working in this business for so many people, but I'll kind of touch on that here soon too. But I just was literally working to pay for school for a degree that I hated. And that was kind of what it was. Like, it was just a merry-go-round, and I did not enjoy my college degree. So that is the one thing that I want to preface, because I did drop out of school, but it was because I was not passionate towards my degree. So if you are like working a 9 to 5, you have that like PhD behind your name, I am so proud of you. That's just not for me. It was just not my cup of tea. I'm surprised I didn't fail out of school, to be honest, but it's fine. Let's see. I joined, if you're familiar with the color personalities, I am very, very green. I am very, very red. So when I heard money, I was like, ooh, dollar signs. That literally was the only thing I thought about. And when I joined, I was expecting to make a whole lot of dollar signs. And I'm just gonna like keep it real here for a second. My first paycheck was $9. I was like, that sucks. Like, that's not good. And I was just not really that happy about it. Honestly, I was like, $9? Are you kidding me? But after that, I was kind of like a little bit wonky with it, because I kind of thought it was a scam whenever I joined, but I knew Shay personally. I joined with Cheyenne Knox, by the way, and I knew her personally. So I was like, she's doing it and she's making money. So like, she just knows something I don't know. So that's fine. And just kind of kept running with it like that, even though I was a little bit nervous. And then after my first full month in the business, I promoted to executive. I technically was making Ruby rank income, insert income disclosure, but it was all from bonuses. I just ignorantly was enrolling people and placing customers underneath them because that's what Shay told me to do. And then I would like randomly get $100 from It Works every Thursday. Like it was just, I mean, I say that now, and obviously I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, fast starts, saving grace, but that was just kind of like the system. It was like, oh, customer, okay, oh, I got another one. Hey Shay, where do I place it? Over here. And she's like, oh, you just got $100. Yay! That was basically the rodeo that it went. And I went through a lot of personal stuff, just mental health. It's a big thing, you guys, and it hit me hard December of 2019, and I was in the hospital and just kind of I was going through one of those moments. And if you've been there, you know what I mean. And it was hard. And I didn't quit the business. I stopped working because this was more important than anything else going on, because at that time in my life, this wasn't going to make it that much further. So that's just kind of give you a glimpse. That was where I was. And after I got through that, grew through it, I don't know the right word to put in there. After I moved past that, I guess Shay had just texted me and she was like, look, there's a huge bonus on the line. I know you can earn it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, $5,000. Wow, that sounds cool. And it was the $5,000 Emerald bonus. And I was like, I don't know what I need to do, but like, just kind of tell me what you think I should do, I guess. I don't know. And she was like, just follow my lead, just do what I do. And I was like, okay. And then that was at the beginning of February. So I went Ruby in February of 2019. I went Emerald the next month and earned a $5,000 bonus. Insert income disclosure here. I went Diamond in June and I earned a $7,500 bonus. This is like so long ago. It's so weird to think about. Okay, I lied. After I went Ruby Emerald, I quit my 2 part-time jobs and was just working a full-time job. And then I went Diamond in June, got a $7,500 bonus, started making a full-time income, quit my full-time job, and just did this business in college. September of 2019, I went double and I earned a bonus. I don't remember the amount, between 10 and 20,000. It all really kind of comes like a blur. And I mean that, like, I'm not trying to be ungrateful for it. I just genuinely don't remember what it was. It was that long ago. I think it was 10,000. We'll just say that. And then that was September of 2019. I moved out on my own in December, into my first apartment. And then January dropped out of school. And then in March, is that 2019? Yeah. Crystal, when did you join? 2019 of March? Okay, that month. I went triple diamond that month and earned a $25,000 bonus. And that was also when I saw my first 5-figure paycheck in this business. And I don't say any of this to be like, oh my gosh, this is everything I've accomplished. I just genuinely want you guys to know that it gets better than $9 and it gets better than $100, and it doesn't feel like that, and it doesn't feel real. And for some reason, I feel like I'm going to cry, but this business can change your life. And I mean that so, so seriously. I was a literal B-word 19-year-old when I joined this business. And like 3 people can attest to me on that because they knew how I was back then. I was mean. Like I was just mean. That the girl that Crystal was talking about, like that you can't stand with us, that was me, okay? Oh, it was so bad. But just like, first of all, God, he does amazing things, okay? And that word was not in my vocabulary before this business. I was not raised that way. My parents are not that way. And I say that way, and I hope you guys know what I mean, because it is still kind of like awkward for me to talk about, but this truly is something that came into my life 2 years ago. And I mean that so seriously. Like it really was not that long ago when I truthfully started to learn about who the heck God was. And it was just crazy. And then just after that and growing myself, personal development, I was so stubborn with that whenever I first joined. Please don't be stubborn. We don't tell you because we think you're broken. We tell you because it will change your life. And The Secret on Netflix, go watch it and you will thank me after. And please watch it all the way through and don't judge it until after you're done. Because you're going to watch like the first 5 minutes and be like, I don't know about this one, but just keep watching and it gets really, really good. But that was kind of like a short synopsis of my whole story. But truthfully, I feel like after I went triple diamond was when the biggest part of my story kind of became, because that was truthfully when I learned the most. I went triple diamond in 17 months, and I did not stop that entire 17 months. And when that e-suite said triple diamond, every bit of work ethic I had said woo woo, and it left for like a year. Okay, a year, and it sucked. It was so hard, but that is the growth that I had to go through, and I'm so thankful for it. And like there are times when I'm like, there is no way I was supposed to go triple whenever I went triple, and I just think about it and I'm like, but no, like God made that happen for a reason. There is a reason why this month, you guys, it'll be 2 years since I've promoted to triple. And it eats at me. It really does. But what I just want to tell you guys is like, there is a power, there is literally so much power in your story. And the person I was 2 years ago today, oh my Lanta. One, this one's like half of that person, but the brain, oh my gosh, like my mind is just so much different from how I was 2 years ago. And even like, even not even that long ago. And it's just crazy. Like I see my posts that whenever they come through my Facebook memories, and I'm like, who was she? Oh my Lanta, you know, like, oh my gosh. I say, oh my Lanta a lot. Have I said that a lot? I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird thing. It might be, I don't know. Maybe it just be a Texas thing. But yeah, and so oh, it's just funny. Okay, yay. Well, glad I could make you laugh. But just kind of like even going off from that, because there are like little bits and pieces of the stuff to my story. I went through a lot of my leadership lessons as a triple diamond. But after that, I have purchased my dream car. I adopted a kitty cat named Keto, and he is named after the Keto coffee. Just disclaimer, it was truly named after him, or my cat was named after the coffee, not the other way around. That would be really cool though. But in September, I moved into my first home with my boyfriend, which is where this is now. And we adopted Mia, which is a dog, absolute love of my life. And yeah, here we are. Now we're going freaking presidential. So that was like kind of like long story short, but still pretty long at the same time. But I did want to leave a little bit of time left in this just for questions. Because I think Crystal may have said a couple of her girls may have some questions. And if you, any of you guys, if y'all have questions for me, for Crystal, for the team, I just stuttered. It's fine. I totally lost my train of thought. But just any questions you guys have, I'm gonna put it to where you guys are gonna be able to unmute yourselves. But honestly, I'm just gonna kind of stop the recording.